is very tart.
Very tart.
Oh,
It's a beer. It's a
that's like putting.
ale.
Yeah, no,
Cherry Jane.
not about that life, Chris.
What now? Turkish Delight Cherry Jane.
You gotta try this one. It's pretty good.
This is chocolate stout.
Beggars have a separate thing.
This is coffee. I don't like coffee.
That's why Disney stock always did well. These guys are smart. That's right.
Oh no, that does have coffee in it.
It doesn't. Try it. Try it.
It
Roger.
tastes like it.
What is this?
Tastes like coffee.
Chocolate stout.
I don't like coffee.
Am I gonna need?
Are we good? Tell me when we're live. Are we live? Oh, guys, sorry.
No.
Sorry that we had a little bit internet problem. That won't happen. We're hoping it doesn't happen again. Here you go, buddy. We're going to continue on. We're at 13:13. I'm going to count it down, though. 13:13 is where we're at on our time frame for the first episode of Power Rangers. Is this a new stream, Jezzer? Because I don't have it down here either.
7, 8.
Okay, give me 1 second.
13:13. Sorry.
Okay.
Like your Nike,
We're at 13:13, so skip ahead to 13:13, and we're going to count it down. Roger, you count it down this time from 5 to 0.
Let's go. Ready, guys? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's rock it.
Let's rock it.
Wow. I'm so excited.
Same alpha suit, different voice.
Yes. Also different language, if you could tell.
Speaking gibberish, yes.
No longer Italian.
No, yeah, she wasn't. She's not from the Bronx anymore.
Not from the Bronx anymore.
So wait a minute. This isn't your first day of shooting, and that's not you in that suit, obviously.
That's not
I
me.
wouldn't want to say
That's
obviously.
Maida.
No.
That's Hiroshi Maida.
Okay.
Yeah, look at that body. Come on, that's not Chris.
It's totally not me. It's
Look at
totally
those
not me.
legs.
Hey, wait, Roger.
Just kidding.
At this time, did you know that Chris was the Red Ranger, or was this?
We had no idea still. Yeah, we're
Yeah,
shooting this with a stunt guy.
Yeah, I hadn't.
We know the storyline. We know the new guy's showing up. We just
that
don't
was
know who
Hiroshi.
yet.
Yeah, I didn't show up until the next episode, where he does the power down, and then I'm standing there, and I look like Legolas.
Star Wars Rangers.
It really is. It really is.
Right?
Shampoo did you use?
Yeah.
All of
Beat
them.
us soon.
Yeah, that Vidas Asuna promo should have been there.
He used all of them. That's
There
why he's so
100%
pretty.
should have been a Power Ranger
Right?
like shampoo for that hair.
I didn't realize that we had 3 girls on the team.
Whoa.
Whoa!
That was a slow
He's
kick.
pretty.
I love that Roger, when he gets kicked like that, there's no reaction. He's like, "Fuck it!" Like,
Yeah,
I'll
like, dude,
whoop this guy.
whatever. Okay, that was just us.
That was Hiroshi
Tossing
trying to
ourselves on
that
the
was
floor.
Hiroshi
Obviously,
trying to grab
the ship was not
get a feel
shaking,
on,
yeah.
Patty.
They shake the camera and you got to jump on the floor.
That's an old Star Trek.
That's
trick.
old Star
That's what
Trek.
they do.
Yeah, the Star Trek.
Look at that Dutch angle there, though. It's not.
Yeah,
This is completely different than what we've seen in Power Rangers before.
Yeah.
This must be his ship. He thought we were enemies. Somebody must be after him.
Look at this mega show, how beautiful it is.
Yeah, look cool.
So you're right. Yeah, why is it rotating?
I mean, it's probably to give you
space.
the sense of like, hey, this.
We're
So wait,
fine.
when did you meet Melody, Roger? Because I know that. When did you meet her for the first time?
Craft service, we're both grabbing a burrito.
Yeah.
We're both grabbing a breakfast burrito.
Where were you like, you're the bad guy, huh?
Yeah.
Like, oh, you're one,
Hey,
of,
you're
the,
us
you're one of
trying
the
to-
good guys?
I'm the Green Ranger. Nice to meet you.
Oh, I never met you
Seriously,
before.
Joe, it was like that though. I'm
Was it
not
really?
even kidding you. It's not like they brought us in like, hey, you're gonna meet us from and I'm
When we did
a show. No.
when we did Countdown to Destruction, which was like the last 2 episodes, that point was maybe like the 3rd time that I'd ever met Melody in person.
Really?
Yeah.
So I want to ask you a question about Countdown to Destruction real quick, because I know that there's this big rumor out there that it was supposed to be 3
Yeah.
episodes. When you guys got the script, was it 3 episodes, or was it?
No, it was 2. But
Each script was 1 episode.
Right.
But we got 3
initially,
scripts.
But initially, it was supposed to be a 3-parter.
Yeah.
But they
Oh,
condensed
for
it down
this.
to 2.
Yeah. For the countdown.
For the last
Yeah.
For the last
It
2.
was.
Yeah, it was supposed to
Countdown
be
to
3.
Destruction.
So you
But
read you read
they-
that script, obviously.
But they're 2 separate scripts.
So
Yeah.
now one of the big rumors on that script was that the Phantom Ranger's identity was revealed.
I heard that too.
So-
I don't know about that though.
Well, it wasn't in your script then.
No,
All right, fair enough.
it had gone through changes, so They probably were gonna try to explain who he was because I know that was always like a thing where
It was revealed to Patty because it was her booty call.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
outside of the show.
Yeah.
So that means get Patty on the episode to figure out if
let's
it
get her on here.
She knows. She knows.
She
what's up.
knows. She knows.
She knows what's up.
Damn. So good.
I mean, seriously.
That's Azusa.
Yeah, this is.
That's in Azusa off the 605 freeway.
Yeah.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Off the 605 freeway.
Yeah.
That's where this is at. Yeah.
Get
What is
outta
it?
here.
Azusa? No.
Where the racetrack's at. Where's
Yeah.
that?
Oh
What
yeah.
is it? Yeah, right over there.
What the hell is it called?
It's a rock quarry.
Yeah,
Off the
it's,
605 freeway and the 10 freeway.
That's where that was shot.
That's where that
Yeah.
was shot.
Oh wow.
Irwindale. That's
Irwindale.
exactly where that's at.
Thank you.
Irwindale. That's Irwindale.
I better find the intruders.
So
go kick their ass.
Just looking at this right off the bat, though, the set looks pretty elaborate.
It's
It
cool.
looks great, yeah.
It's so cool.
Lots of Dutch angles.
It was so cool.
Yeah.
This is nothing but
I
Dutch
never
angles.
noticed that.
I
Until
didn't
now.
either. I never realized it, but it's like Dutch angle to show. Jesus.
Look at
Sensors indicate that astronomer's ship is landing.
Screw you guys.
Look at those sexy, smoldering looks you guys gave at the camera out there. I mean, like
that's all we had, bro. Come on.
that. Yeah.
When you have no dialogue, that's what you gotta do.
Yeah, you gotta sell it. Right?
You gotta give the look.
You gotta,
Like,
you gotta
wow.
sell the sex.
Look, see, no dialogue, gotta do the look.
Look at you.
Look at that.
See?
Look at that. Look at that.
No
Woo!
dialogue, gotta do the
Love
look.
Tracy, Lynn, and Patty. Who? Look at Raj. Grrr.
See?
Well, at least we were the Power Rangers. It's a long story, but right now we're on our way to Eltar to save Zordon.
He's already dead. I killed him.
Deca, what's our status? Can we take off?
The mega accelerator is disabled. Launch is impossible. Mega lasers are...
Yeah, this is the first time I ever did ADR.
Is it really?
That was it. That was it right there.
Well, yeah. Well, this is the first episode. Yeah, where I ever did it. I mean, I had to do the in the beginning.
Wait, so Roger, coming from Power Rangers Turbo to Power Rangers in Space, obviously this is a bigger set. This seems like, I don't know if it's a bigger budget, but it seems like a bigger production, and it also seems like a deeper story. Did you guys realize that at the time?
Honestly, I didn't. I had no idea what I was involved in. Seriously, I had no idea. I just went every day and did my best
Here's the ending.
and put my 1,000% in every day, and I had no idea what was evolving.
End
look
of
at the
episode
hair.
1. We're gonna get into episode 2 right now.
Yeah.
Man, look at Roger's beautiful hair.
The hair's just
That was like
bouncing
a
everywhere.
I've never
Kurt
seen
Plus
that.
commercial.
That's the
Holy
first-
shit.
My God.
Yeah, what happened?
I want him right
You
now.
guys will never call me. That was fun. I had a blast there. Definitely, for sure. We blew up a lot of shit in that place. There was a lot of pyro.
Wait, was this
Lot
a,
of
was this a
pyro.
We blew up a
set?
lot of pyro here. No,
This
this
is-
is
thi-
Irwindale.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
But we did a ton of pyro
we,
here.
We shot
We
here
blew up
all the
a ton
time.
of shit there.
We shot here in Vasquez
Rocks here in Death Valley.
Yeah, in Death Valley. Yeah, and we
Yep.
blew up everything that we possibly could.
Yeah, major.
Super kick.
It was cool fighting them.
Now, Roger, at this point, did you shoot this before you met Chris?
This, yeah.
This is
Yes, we shot all this without Chris.
Really?
Yeah, Chris is not around. We're
No.
doing this with the stun guy.
Yeah, that's still with Hiroshi.
Yep. This is mainly what? Second unit? We had
Yeah.
2 units.
This is all-
One
yeah,
unit,
sure.
the dialogue.
Oh, here we go. Chris, I hope you're in this intro. I really do.
I should.
Don't
be,
skip the
actually.
intro. We definitely want to
I
see
should
Chris
be,
over.
I should be in this one.
Chris!
There we
Wow.
I finally made it on the
So
show.
good.
Look at that smoldering look Melanie gave.
Rangers
Like,
go, Power Rangers go.
And that was where they showed
Power
Ecliptor
Rangers
too.
go, Power Rangers go in space.
In space.
What?
Y'all got
Wow.
your asses whooped.
hey, Roger, what color did you like better, red or black?
Of course. Wait, red or black?
I'm sorry, green or black? Green or black?
Power
Of course,
down.
black. It was my own. You know what I mean? It was our own.
There we go.
Green, I shared it.
Orlando Bloom.
Was that your first shot?
Yes.
Okay.
This is where I think we met you.
Yeah.
Yeah, this
Yeah,
is where we
this is
met
the very
him.
fir- yeah, this is the
this
very
is the
first
first time we met Chris.
This is the
And
You're human.
See Tracy's reaction? That was her actual reaction.
Yeah, I believe it.
That's a real reaction right there.
And that look on my face is what he said to me. Was Jonathan was like, hate them. All right, whatever. Fuck it.
Earth isn't the only place where humans live.
Retard.
From a space colony.
Hey, you can't
Pretty
say
much. That's what you say.
that. You can't say
Yeah,
that
get
nowadays.
off me, girl.
Thank you. That's true.
As far as Andros was concerned, these 4 are monkeys, and that was
Look
it.
at the girls right away.
Don't touch me.
Uh-oh.
I don't know you.
Uh-oh.
Wait,
They don't do handshakes.
So I don't remember which
Look,
one.
the look.
I don't remember which one of you guys I had on the show, but I remember one of you guys saying that in the first episode that the two of you,
Andros.
the two of you almost actually got into a physical fight.
Khayman?
Is it true?
Yes!
What?
The two of you almost got into a fight in the first episode.
Him and I almost scrapped on set, literally right before we shot.
Did we?
You don't remember this?
This is
We were
what I
on
want to hear.
set. We were on set.
Let's
We
get
were
it.
on the mega ship, and you and I were like, we got into it, and we were gonna literally fist fight, you and I.
What was
I'll
it
never
about?
forget this day.
Why?
Because it was the whole ego thing, and we were, and
really?
there was a lot of testosterone, and we were
I'm just gonna
literally,
stir the pot
and we were
here.
literally gonna shoot. You know what happened? The boom was still on. It was recording, and I had no idea. And after I was like, oh my god, they recorded this whole thing. So the whole production knew. Me and him are like, fuck you, asshole. Like, we're literally about to fight.
You don't remember this?
You don't remember this?
I don't remember this.
How
I
high were you? I'm
remember
just
it
kidding, just
vividly.
joking.
I
We're
drank a
literally
lot on
about
that
to
set.
fight. And then after that, we whatever wrapped it up. Okay, action, and then we shot the scene.
You don't remember it was over.
What do you mean?
You don't remember why you guys were gonna.
It was the whole. He was, like I said, he was.
You were
we
a
weren't
dick.
really. It was like oil and water. We weren't mixing. It wasn't really happening. And that day,
totally understand.
you don't
Hey,
remember.
I
You
apologize.
remember
I don't remember that. I don't remember
Oh
that.
my
But
God.
you know what, man? Hey,
I'll never forget that
20,
day.
20-something years later,
I'll
man,
never
I am
forget that
sorry.
day.
I am sorry.
Here we are, making friendships here.
Me too.
I am sorry.
I'm right here with
I
you.
apologize.
I love that.
No, it's a fact though. It's a fact. I'll never forget that day.
I
That's
know, but
hilarious.
you know
Awesome.
what, man?
That's
I mean,
hilarious. Hey, it brings us all together. I love it. I love it though.
You know?
It was so good. We were boys. We're 18 years
We were
old.
kids,
You guys are
yeah.
kids. Yeah,
Testosterone,
everybody's
we're
Yeah, we were
kids.
just babies.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
We were just babies.
So fun.
Actually, I believe that Patty was the eldest.
Salwin was.
What's
No,
that
no,
one?
Selwyn is not. No, Patty is.
Are you
Patty-
sure?
Patty's the eldest. Yeah. Selwyn's just like a year older than you.
No,
You're like
he's
6
like
months older than
no,
me.
he's like 5 years older than me. Yeah,
No, someone's
Look
5 years
him
old.
up.
Get out of
Selwyn.
here.
Selwyn
Selwyn's
told
like
me. He was
50.
like, oh my.
They don't say it.
Selwyn's
Someone's not
Look it
50
up.
years old.
I don't.
Salwin, how old are you? Are you watching?
Get out of here. I'm gonna look this
Someone's
up.
Look it up. He's
Watching.
like 50 years old. He's
Is
like
Selwyn watching yours? You better
Sally.
be watching mine then
Oh,
too,
wait.
you bastard.
seriously, he's like 50 years old. I'm not kidding.
Was he the oldest?
No, Selwyn is, and he looks very young.
42.
That's wrong.
Selwyn's 42.
I promise you, that's text.
His birthday is June 13th, 1977, according to
No,
Wikipedia.
he's older than me. Believe me.
Well, yeah. Wouldn't that be older than you?
I'll be 43 next month. He's older than me.
Well,
I'm
you'll
gonna
be
text him
43.
right now.
All right, so Patty's
I'm
44.
texting him.
Patty's
I'm
44.
texting him.
Hey, let's FaceTime him.
I'm
Patty,
FaceTiming right
Patty
now.
is 44,
Let's
born on July 19th, 1975. So Pat, you're right. Patty would be, according to this, the oldest.
Right. That's what I thought.
Hey,
Ay,
but brother,
ay, ay.
black don't crack, homeboy.
Oh, I know that. Selwyn looks as good now as he did on the show.
He does actually.
Son
I'm
of
not
a
gonna
bitch.
lie.
I hate him.
He looks exactly. Yeah, I'm not gonna
He
lie.
does.
I don't have a computer chip for the Zoboist.
Come on, Selwyn, you better answer.
That was terrible ADR on my part. I don't have a computer chip on
I swear, he's like 47.
44.
No, not Selwyn.
You don't think so?
Spatial. Make sure you can make it back to Earth.
What'd you call me? I want to ask.
So wait, Chris,
Yo.
you got. I'm not gonna lie to you, Chris. You're a beautiful man in real life, but on the show here,
Okay.
like you look like you should be on like CW. So like
He
what-
was on CW.
Yeah,
He
right
was.
afterwards.
Yeah, he was.
but
That's when it was the WB.
yeah, it was a WB.
Yeah.
But at this point, Chris, what were they casting for? What was the thing that put you out into getting the call back and getting the role to begin with?
Oh, for the show?
Yeah, yeah,
For this? No, they told me when I auditioned for it. They said it was for Power Rangers, and they were like,
So you knew.
Yeah, I knew, and that's why I said no. I don't want to do it. And it was a nationwide thing. They were looking for, we're gonna do a new Red Ranger, and we gotta find the new red guy. And they were like, okay, so here's like a spec script, and it had nothing to do with any of this shit or anything like that. But I went in there with the attitude, I don't want this. I don't want to have anything to do with Power Rangers. Screw it. And that's why I got it.
Yeah, fuel and supplies.
Wait, Roger, how did you get Power Rangers?
It was crazy. I auditioned for it. It was
pulled
a
it.
big casting
But
call.
you knew it was Power
50,000
Rangers?
He pulled a gun out on Heinz.
Yeah, I
Vaughn,
did,
put
but
up
it did
to
like a
his
big
neck.
$50,000, 50,000 people audition.
Like a cattle call.
Yeah, a cattle call, and then I screenshot like 5, 6, 7 times with different Rangers, Patty, and everybody else. Finally, I was like, "Are you gonna hire me or not?" And they hired.
That was the same thing with Cardenas.
I shot so many times. I was so over it. I
Yeah.
was like, "You gonna hire me, guys? If not, let me go. I want to go get
I
some
think
more work."
that's why it was luckier for me, because like I only had like 2 callbacks, and it was never with other people, because
They kept
again
you isolated
because they kept
the whole
saying
row,
like
yeah.
Jonathan kept saying to me like, no, you're not gonna like them, you're not supposed to be friends with them, and then 4th episode in, it's like, now you guys
They
are my
did a
best
good
friends
job.
ever.
They did a good job though with that.
Wow, that's crazy. They were
Yeah, for the
really
first-
trying to
for the
make
first few
you
episodes.
like method with what you were doing.
They're trying. Yes. I mean, again, I could have just pretended not to like them.
Yeah, they just kept They kept It the Clown isolated from the kids.
Oh, okay.
Okay, spread out.
By the way, I just love. Look how
Now I
baggy.
see why you guys watch this.
Rogers.
This is exciting.
It is good.
Damn. I'm gonna watch it too.
Hey, no joke, no joke. This is
good.
this is
Never
one of
watched this
the
show.
one of the
Power Rangers
seasons.
So good.
I thought we had subtitles on it, just left somehow. But I do find everybody says Power Rangers in Space is one of the best seasons.
No, it's the
Oh,
best.
Jezzer stopped it. He fucked it up. How dare he?
It's the best season.
We're at 8:42, guys. We did
Now
it
y'all
quick pause.
fucked.
There we go. Quantrons.
Okay, someone didn't answer.
Of course you didn't answer.
Look at someone's abs. He just
know,
falls
right?
and shows abs. Ugh.
Oh, right in her stomach. Oh, twice. Oh.
It is so Star Wars this season.
Right?
Okay,
Look at the nails.
let's get going.
That's when I had nails.
Mega accelerator to Hyper Rush 3.
Those suits are fire.
Those suits are
They're
pretty sick,
fire.
though. Yeah. If I can get one of those jackets now,
They're
that'd be
sick.
that'd be it.
So good.
Listen to me, Andrews. You messed up, baby.
Can't you see the 5 of you have the same mission? You're supposed to be a team.
Alpha was
Look at that
tiny.
look.
Remember her?
Oh
She
God,
was so tiny.
3 foot nothing. Oh my God, so tiny.
If you're going to rescue
You said you don't need us. How dare you?
all the help that you can get,
Yeah, I have the Force. I should be able to beat everybody just with my brain.
Wait, in your head right now at this point, Chris, are you already correlating your season of Star Wars?
We are power.
At this
They
point?
told me that. That's what they originally told me. They're like, your character is going to be very much like Luke Skywalker. He has the Force. And
Look, it's
he's
all
got a
tying
weapon.
in.
It's a saber. And I was like, this is totally Star Wars. Yes, I'm in.
Quick plug here. If you want to get these shirts, go to tpublic at theilluminerdi.com.
Oh, hold on, let me show
No,
that.
I'm just kidding.
No. Come on, baby.
We do. TeePublic, Illuminerdi. Check it out. Get with your Power Ranger space shirt.
That's what you need, baby. I got one.
You do.
Actually,
So this is a model.
Allie,
This is
I
a
have one,
model
Allie
right
has
here.
No, this is us in space.
Yeah, that's actually us.
for real. Yeah.
Good sell, Raj.
Yeah.
They bought it.
Eat dirts, Rangers. Oh, they got us.
Y'all are dead.
This is the first time you meet Melody. Or you see her
This
on
is the
screen.
first
Yeah.
time we meet her. Yeah. We
But
met
I
her,
don't.
Yeah.
You hadn't met her at this point.
No, I don't even meet her here because he comes down as a Red Ranger. So it's Maida-sama.
I wanted to fight her. Selwyn wanted to seduce her.
Yeah, I believe it. I believe it.
You wanted to seduce her too. Shut up. Come on.
I mean, she did come from the modeling world, and she is.
I was Team Yellow.
Yeah. Were you? Yeah.
Oh, yee. Yee.
I would never tell you. Well, in that case, I have no use for you.
If they didn't hold her back,
Yeah.
Patty probably would have headbutted
How
her too.
close were all you
Purple
guys at
hair.
this point, Roger? Because I know you guys did the previous season together. How close were all you guys?
Very close.
Yeah.
Yeah. Selwyn and I, we've always been super close.
You guys were like
Tracy and I
You
were
guys
very
were
close.
constantly together.
Yeah, we were. That was
You
my
and
boy.
Sal were like.
Patty and I had an awesome friendship.
Hey,
Yeah.
For you, Chris, once we got Justin into the mix, was it more of a relief for you? Because
No, I hated him.
yeah, sure.
I hated him.
Did you really?
At the very beginning, I hated him.
Why?
Like literally,
Because-
like him as a
I hated
individual.
him, and I hated the character because I looked at it like this motherfucker is stealing my show. That's what I thought.
Give
And
us some
then-
tequila, guys.
And then,
You're such an actor.
I got to know him.
Look,
I
we
got
blew
to know
shit
him.
up. Told you.
Yeah, we blew.
Wait, you
everything up.
really did. You really.
I really hate him.
Holy
He
shit.
knows this story.
we
Justin
blew
totally
shit
knows
up,
this. Yeah, no,
remember.
I totally hated him, but then I got to know him by the second time he was on.
Until we get Justin here because I did a thing.
Justin
I know.
would love to do a riff track.
You and I have done a thing with Justin, and it was.
Ah, 3-3-5. No, let's fuck shit up.
Look at those smoldering eyes that Chris just gave us.
Oh, God, I'm so
Look at
sexy.
Selwyn. His
Yeah.
beautiful abs.
He's
Look at Roger in that hair, though.
Look at that.
Fire.
Grrr.
Look at Patty.
Daddy.
Eat her
Damn.
alive. Oh, she's so beautiful.
And my heart for Tracy. I love Tracy.
Oh, yellow. It's over now. Run, guys. It's on. That's right.
Power Rangers are back. Ugh. They could have been
Let's
shooting us
go.
by now. Y'all should have
The
shot
Roger,
us.
Rangers are like,
Roger.
Carlos is black now.
Roger,
Whoa.
if you had to choose a color to transfer to, what would it have been?
Transfer me back to black. Once
Yeah,
you go black,
I like-
you
I
never
like
go
that, I
back,
like that.
baby. Seriously.
That is
Seriously.
That's the best answer. There you go.
Seriously.
That's the best.
Black
there you
all
go.
day, baby.
I imagine that Walter probably feels the same way.
Yeah. Lunar Lands.
Lunar Lance now.
Damn.
See, no, we're not going to see.
You want the Lunar Lands?
No, we're not going. No, we're not going to get to see the one with my favorite line that you did. My lunar lens is lunch. What?
Wait.
Who wrote that?
Let's talk about the
Chip.
80s.
Who wrote
Chip
that?
wrote that. Chip wrote that.
Chip Lit.
My Lunar Lance is lunch.
Oh, yeah.
That's
and he-
terrible.
Oh,
said
yeah.
that.
Oh, yeah.
kid
Here's the
show.
deal.
But it was the way you
It's a
said
kid
it too,
show.
bro. It was the way you said it, man. It was so.
Hey, wait.
My lunar lens is
Selwyn,
lunch.
Selwyn did get a line in Power Rangers Turbo that was like,
We're gonna
toss
toss
your
your
salad.
Toss your salad. Yep.
Kids are like, what?
We're gonna toss your salad. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. That was Chip.
I
that
think
was
the
also
writers
Chip.
were like,
Yeah.
yeah, let's write a
For
script.
sure.
Power
That was,
Rangers.
that was
This will
Chip.
pass by stands practices.
See, now I'm like best friends with you assholes.
Now we're buddies.
This is stupid.
Just
I shouldn't have been friends with you so
Wait.
fast.
Here's another question, Chris. What do you think the backstory would have been about the previous team?
They're all dead. That's the
what I
whole
thought.
point.
Yeah, yeah.
The whole team is dead, and
they're
Zane.
blowing shit up. Told
Zane
you.
is in the meat
blew a
locker.
lot
He's
of
the
shit
only one
up.
that lived.
Sure.
And he
Blowing
is
shit up.
like in a coma.
I'm with you.
So that's why.
Boom Studios,
I remember
are
that
you
day, like,
listening?
yesterday.
That's why it was supposed to be that Andros was not supposed to want any of them around because everybody that he knows is either dead or in a coma. So it's like, well, if I don't get close
It
to
is
anybody, then it
damaged,
won't
not
happen
destroyed.
to anybody else. Whatever. So that was the whole point of why we don't want him to
Wait,
be friends
Roger,
with everybody.
do we have questions from your Instagram?
Yes, I think we
Let's-
do. Let me
let's-
see.
let's-
Some of the
let's-
questions. They said, Roger, is the Turbo Megazord still damaged but not
no.
destroyed?
Tell Christopher what happened to the Purple Ranger in space. That was supposed to be Melody.
Yep.
And then they changed it for Lost Galaxy when they brought her in, and instead she took over Valerie's role, and she was the pink one. So, but she was supposed to be the first purple.
He confirmed this with me.
Yeah, she was supposed to be the first purple one. So
Guys, drop your questions right here. We're going to answer your questions. Drop them.
yeah, go ahead. And if you guys want to ask any questions, by all means, please do. I don't care. I mean, you can say whatever you want. Be really dirty and nasty if you want. I don't.
Wait,
give a shit.
I have a question. So you did,
You guys too.
Chris, you did Forever Red.
Yeah.
Roger, would you
Roger
be
did
open to
Forever
doing
Black.
Forever Black or Forever Green?
Of course. Absolutely. 1,000%. Let's go. They should do it.
Let's
If
make
you
it happen
think
they should
now.
do it?
If you
100%.
do-
Bro, are you kidding me? There's a few that did black and red. We should have that.
Forever Black would be
If it-
amazing.
Sick.
Yeah, and you know one of the funny
Fucking
things is that
sick.
in Mega Ranger, the leader wasn't the red guy.
It was the Black
It was
Ranger.
the Black Ranger.
Really?
He was the leader. He was the boss.
Mm.
Here
Wow.
comes the song.
Look, Forever Red. They love it. What? Look, it's the NASA ship. In the middle.
Nasada.
You're right.
Because
Nasada.
NASA's a registered
Look.
trademark. We didn't mean to say that at all.
But we said Nasada. Fucking Power Rangers.
It was.
Crazy.
Ixnay and SNA.
This is the Japanese footage. Let's.
Power Rangers go.
But it's crazy. This is the first time we've seen the Japanese footage in the first 2 episodes at all.
I think so.
Maybe not. There might have been some
Guys,
red
keep
stuff
in mind
that
this is
was-
20 years ago. This is good for
There
20
might have been
years
some
ago.
stuff
Yeah,
that
it
was
is.
already
For 20 years
used, but
ago?
It's been very
So
very
good.
infrequent.
22 years ago.
I would say it's
Yeah, 22 years ago. The
it's-
other day it was like the
20
first.
22nd.
20 seconds. So
2 days
this is
ago.
as competitive as it is to the current show that's on now.
Was impressive.
Oh, you little.
She's such a model.
Right?
Such a
That's what I
That's
saw. It's impressive.
That's Astro Megazord Saber. Stem to sternum. Fuck 'em.
Look at that. Here we go. Our Megazord.
Yeah, fuck you, Voltron. Ugh.
You know what's interesting? You guys are also the first season in Power Rangers to not have Zords by their color. It's just your ship. That's
Right.
your Zord.
Yeah.
It's not like we have a red.
There's not a red one,
right?
and a
It's not
black
yellow
one, and a blue one.
It's just
No, yeah,
it's just a ship that
yeah.
is your Zord.
But
Your
my favorite
Megazord.
ship is the Delta.
Yes, I
The
agree.
Delta with the triangle head because it has Gatling gun fingers.
Look,
And I
he's
was
being
like,
a
that
nice
is
guy.
the
Why are you being a
shit.
nice guy now?
I don't know.
Yo, look at
It shouldn't
Selwyn's
be.
abs. Look at Selwyn's abs, though. They protrude out of his stomach. I don't know how that happens in real life.
Wait, is that fake?
This real, bro.
Wait, was that
That's-
real?
That's real.
real?
That's
Someone
real.
was ripped.
That's real.
Back in the days.
Yeah, that's real.
Like,
After lunch, you couldn't
look,
see him.
wait,
But
turn
before
around.
lunch,
Look at his fucking abs. Are you kidding me right now?
That's real.
That's real,
not,
bro.
It's not fake.
Look, that's a superhero.
Yeah.
Looks like old like the Joel Schumacher.
Bro,
Yeah,
if
that's
that was
crazy.
real.
Right, yeah, with the built-in abs on the thing.
That was
Yeah,
so
but no,
real.
that's skin tight latex.
Yep.
That's his body.
Yeah, we had to tuck in for this show. Yeah.
Selwyn's abs were off the chart on this. What? Look.
Yeah. I got that.
So funny.
And I'm shut.
We're going home. Yes.
Yeah, I'm totally
Except for
thrilled about
Andrew.
it.
What's your
He's going
character
to
thinking
Earth.
right now? What is Andrew's thinking right now?
God, I can't
Fuck,
wait
I gotta go to
I
Earth.
can't wait to kill all you
Like,
monkeys.
shit.
That's what it is. I can't wait to kill all you monkeys.
Talking about crowd service at
We'll
that point.
destroy the whole planet if we have to.
So good. You're such a model, girl.
She's such a model.
Does that conclude our first?
That was so good. Guys, that was good. Yeah.
Oh, you missed the bloopers there. There was the blooper. Or the.
Oh,
It's all right.
Netflix.
It's Netflix.
We should
Fuck
do this
you,
every
Netflix.
weekend.
We actually should. We can if you want. Let's see.
Patty, you know, guys, you know, Patty
think
lives,
pause
down,
it, pause
Patty
it,
lives
alright.
down the street. You know that, right?
Get out of here.
She lives in Venice, right over here.
Get out of here. Don't tell them that.
She
Don't
lives
tell
in
them that.
Venice.
Don't blow up her spot like that. All right, so let's now talk about the show. Thank you for everybody that's here.
Yes, thank you, guys.
I do want to talk about the show a little bit. After watching it, what's your first reactions?
Man, I want to go back.
Yeah?
Yeah, I want to live this again.
Would you do anything differently?
No,
No.
absolutely not.
Yes.
I did everything at
You
my
would.
best in that moment. I wouldn't. I went with the moment.
Chris, what would you do differently?
The hair.
The hair.
Was that a choice or did
No, God, no, that was not a choice.
they made you?
They made me.
So
They,
you'd have been-
no. That was, I guess, one of their first selling points to me. When I auditioned for it, they said, we're gonna give you a wig. It's gonna have like stripes in it and all this stuff. And I was like, all right, yeah, cool, whatever, man. And then
That was
when
at
I
the
got
beginning?
that
And
was
then they
before.
said, oh,
that was before.
psych.
No, yeah. When I
gonna
landed,
bleach it.
when I landed in LA.
Wow, that's
Well,
like,
hey,
that
hey,
sounds
wait.
like Power Rangers production.
Let's back
Yeah,
up a
when
little
the-
bit.
yeah,
You're originally
yeah.
from Florida.
No, I'm not from there. I mean, when I booked the show, I had been living in Florida for like a year.
Okay.
That was it. So I lived in Miami for like a year, maybe a year and a half, and then I booked the show, and then I flew out, and they had told me beforehand, yeah, we're gonna give you a wig, and then when I got to studios, they were like, so, funny thing, we can't do the wig anymore because it's not going to look real. So what we're going to do is we're going to bleach your hair right now. So you're going out right now. And I was like, oh, that's what we're doing then. Okay. Yeah, you don't have any say because if they tell you you're doing this and you say no, your ass is gone.
Yeah, this is the Saban era, so I believe that.
Your ass is gone. So, yeah.
So, but Roger, you do nothing different. This was...
Oh, man.
I would have done something else different too, though.
What else?
No, I wouldn't. I think, no, I wouldn't. I like what we created. History in the making.
I would have made it take longer before Andros like really falls in love with the other guys.
But that wasn't up to you, though.
No, I'm
That
saying
was
no.
up to the script.
If I could change it myself,
Yeah.
I would have just made it take longer.
Oh, yeah, I would have made a lot
Because-
of changes if it was up to me, but,
Yeah.
you know.
What change would you have made personally?
That's one good change for sure. I think it should have been prolonged because it was
should've
good. It was so meaty.
Yeah.
And the fans were wondering, what the fuck is going on? This
Yeah,
has
why
never
is it-
happened in the series. Why is
Yeah.
the Red Ranger an outcast?
Yeah.
He's not getting along with the other Ranger. That
Sure.
was really good writing.
Usually on the
But-
Ranger wrap-ups, I do this fun thing where it's like trivia and kind of like notes, but I'm going to see if I can pull up. But keep talking, guys.
Okay. Well, yeah.
Your kids think? Did you show your kids right away, or
Show him what?
the show?
They've never seen
My
it before.
kid's right here. She would never watch it. She's like, what? Dad, whatever.
That's the most boring shit ever. What?
Like,
She goes, "Well, my dad's a Power Ranger."
yeah. No, they didn't care. They're like, whatever. Dad's just dad, you know?
Yeah.
When it's dad.
Like, oh, Arnold Schwarzenegger's my dad, you know?
No.
What other change would you guys have made?
I would have brought. I actually, you know, at the time, like I said, I hated him, but I would have brought in Nemo earlier, and I would have brought him. I would have brought him in for more episodes. He was only there for like, it was something like 10 or 12 episodes altogether. I would have brought him in for more.
I would have rolled Carlos for the next 20 years.
Yeah.
And every
Well,
script.
there you
That's what I
go,
would
yeah.
do different.
Yeah.
Just write them up in every season.
So there are a few notes and a few errors in the episodes, and I like to go
That's
over
the
those.
best answer.
And I want to go over and get your comments on these. So first and foremost, this is obviously, for the notes, the first appearance of Andros. This is also the first appearance of the Astro Megazord.
Oh shit! Is Jason Frank watching right now?
Jason.
He might be.
No.
Jason Frank. Let me see. Jason might be watching this.
I was just
No,
talking
that's
to him.
Juan Franco.
Oh, is that who it is? Okay.
I was just talking to him earlier today. So this is also Lord Zed and Rita appeared for the first time in Turbo Power Rangers movie, except for the brief appearance in a holographic projection in Turbo's Millennium Message, which was part of your episodes. I'm sure I wouldn't remember it either, man. This is also the first appearance of Goldar and Finster since Zio's Good as Gold. Additionally, Zed had his first true speaking roles in Good as Gold, as his lines in the Turbo movie were limited to snoring in the Turbo movie. This is also the first appearance of King Mondo and Queen Machina since Good as Gold, except for their brief appearance in the holographic Millennium Message. First appearance of Master Vile.
That's a good question. Do I still remember the handshake between me and Justin?
Do you?
Yes, I do. Yes.
You really?
That was the stupidest, most convoluted bullshit. It took us like at least an hour to learn that shit.
Did it really?
What did
Yeah,
you have to
because-
do?
Who invented
Yeah,
it?
it was Koichi did. Koichi made Koichi Sakamoto, our stunt director. He made it up, and it was like we go like or something like that, and it was like, this is the dumbest shit ever, man. Can't we just like fucking high five? And he's like, no, you gotta do and we're like, whatever, man. All right, that took us forever to do that damn thing.
It didn't even look natural.
It didn't. It was so stupid.
This is the first appearance of the Z Putty since the Season 2's Blue Ranger Gone Bad. First appearance of Tengu Warriors and
my live
Cogs.
video ended? Why did it end?
There you go. That
Mine
sucks,
ended
man.
too. I don't know why.
It usually stops after an hour.
Oh, okay.
First appearance of the Tengu Warriors and the Cogs since Zio's Good as Gold. This is also the final appearance of Porto, which was in your season, Roger.
What the hell is a Porto?
I don't know. It's
Is that a porta potty?
I thought it was a
Porto
bakery.
was it is also a bakery, but it's one of the villains in Power Rangers Turbo.
You know, a little bakery.
This is also a two-part episode picked up where Chasing in Space left off. Part 1 has a unique opening, so to not to spoil the identity of the Red Ranger or the main villain, Hillary Shepard Turner was credited in the opening. Christopher Khayman Lee and Melanie Perkins were not credited in that first opening.
Wait, Melody wasn't.
Not in the first opening, no.
She was in it.
Yeah, well, Netflix fucked it up, so I'm just reading the notes, man.
She, no, I get you, but I mean, she was in it. She was
Andros does not.
Netflix.
Yeah, Andros does not appear unmorphed in part 1, nor is he named.
No.
None of the Rangers appear morphed in actually part 1. None of you guys morphed in part 1.
You didn't?
No.
No.
Fuck.
We just watched
Well,
it.
I was
Roger.
already.
I thought we did.
I was
no?
already morphed
You were already morphed, yes.
the whole
we did
time,
That's
but
right.
they never did. Yeah, you
Oh,
guys
we did
never
it more. If you're right,
You couldn't because you guys didn't have the morphing.
Yes,
powers.
we didn't have them. Yeah, you
So
had
I
them.
gave you guys the things,
And
but
then-
that was in the second one.
That's right.
That was in the
Holly
second one.
Schreier and Jason Narvi are
They-
credited, but do not appear
Yeah,
in
they
either
were.
episode.
Yeah, they weren't in
first
until
episode.
I think the 4th episode. I think that's when they were.
Bro, how do you know all this shit?
I had to watch this shit a lot, dude.
Fuck, man.
Dark
Yeah, I
Spectre
knew
bears
that too.
a great resemblance to Malagor from Turbo Power Rangers movie. Diva Talks even references it in the episode by saying Dark Spectre reminds me of her ex-fiance. The Dark, let's see, the reason that they look so similar is because the same costume from both were used. However, they're not the same being. It's the same costume, not the same being. That's being cheap. I get it. Wendy Lee takes over for voicing Alpha from part 2 for both parts of the episodes and onward, despite the fact only his voice was supposed to be different, a replacement for a damaged speech processor.
Dude, set this up so I can do another one.
Start what up?
My fucking phone, dude.
Oh man, Chris, you're not
Shut
that
up.
old, man.
I am.
You know how to work this.
You set it up. Because yes, I am old and I'm stupid. Just so I can keep live streaming.
Alpha takes on a whole new identity in this. It's not the New York Alpha, the Italian Alpha that we know.
Yeah, Rangers. I used to love the Italian Alpha.
Did you really?
Yeah, I did.
It's funny. During the Ranger morph sequence, let's talk about the morph sequence real quick.
Yes, let's talk about it.
All right, let's talk
When did you
about
guys
the
shoot that, and was that, how was that inserted in? Because that's a whole new morph sequence of what you guys did in Turbo.
Where do we shoot it? Shuki's garage?
Was it really?
Yeah.
Did he know? Yeah.
Somehow I feel like that's probably right though.
ADR. The
Yeah,
ADR
we
room,
should,
maybe.
did we shoot in the ADR room?
Maybe they just, honestly, they probably put some black panels. We could have shot it right here. Black panels around us, and then they just shoot us, and we do the morphing sequence, and they put the graphics. It could have been anywhere.
Yeah.
That's why I don't remember.
I
That's
think
why I
it
don't
was.
remember.
I think it was just on
Just
set.
on set somewhere.
I think it was just on set, like where the
Yeah, they could-
where the mega ship was.
Green screen. That's right. It has to be
Yeah.
green screen.
Yeah.
So Ashley and Cassidy, the only two Rangers to retain their colors designated to them. Obviously, you changed colors, and Selwyn changed colors.
Which was badass.
Both TJ and Carlos changed from red to blue and green to black, respectively. Andrew steps in as leader. I use these quotes. Leader is the Red Ranger. No, I mean because the story
you're
progressed in a way. First episode also features a Black Ranger since season 3, Hog Day Afternoon. So you were the first Black Ranger to appear since Power Rangers, Alien Rangers actually.
Oh wow.
So yeah, it's because there was no
Wow.
no Black Ranger in Turbo,
the
and also
alien,
in ZO.
Yeah, the Alien Ranger was the last Black
And also,
Ranger
part
for
2
you.
marks the first time that Andros is helmetless with the other Rangers. Now, I'm going to go over some.
That's crazy.
It is kind of crazy, right? When you think about it a little bit.
These crazy stats are awesome.
They're
I'm going to go over
ridiculous.
some also fun facts. I'm not sure. Let me see if I can actually pull them up. Other fun facts about your guys' season. Let's see. Notes.
What's up,
Okay.
people? How y'all doing? Here's
Power Rangers. Oh, no.
not
This is.
on the
I just
right
read the notes, I feel like.
Raj.
What's up, guys? What's up?
So, no.
Here's Joe.
Hi.
Joe.
There we go. Yeah.
So no, and with what you guys did with Power Rangers in space, did you guys know that it was prepped to be the last season of Power Rangers?
I did.
You did.
I did know that.
How did
yeah.
you know that? I didn't know that.
I'm telling you, man, because like,
Fudge.
okay, so you guys, you
Were you on the
and-
casting couch or what?
You and Sel, Patty and Tracy were all supposed to be like kept apart from me.
Yeah.
Who do you think I hung out with? I was just hanging out with the crew.
You were hanging
All
out
I
with the stunt
knew.
guys. and
Oh
the
well, I was
crew,
hanging out with
you're
stunt
right.
guys, but
remember that.
I knew all like the
You were hanging out
the
with all the
first
crew. I
ADs.
remember that.
Yeah,
And
the
stunt people
first
and the
ADs.
crew.
Yeah, I was hanging out with all of them. I knew ahead of time. They had told me, they were like, "This is gonna be the last season of Power Rangers." I was like, "Oh wow, okay, huh, that's a thing." And then
They
I
were not
remember,
being nice, by the way.
No, they
just saying
weren't.
You're about to be fired.
no, they weren't. No, well, I mean, to me, they were just be like, yeah, I just want you to know, man, this is gonna be the last time that we have Power Rangers. And I was like, oh shit, okay, wow, damn, that's the thing. And then like 3 months later, Larry, you remember Larry? He was
Yeah,
a
sure.
second. He was the second. Yeah. He was the second, and he came up, and I remember I know he told me, I thought he told y'all too, but he told me at least, he was like, y'all are making this shit a lot of money. They're going to keep Power Rangers going now.
Oh,
It's
after
just like,
it
yeah,
was
after,
taken
after,
off,
yeah.
I had no
after,
idea.
like,
I never
after
hear,
it aired
I heard
for a
that
while.
years later.
Really?
I heard it years
Nah,
later that the
man.
ratings
It was
picked
crazy.
up and
Yeah.
that it was booming. I had no
It went
idea.
crazy.
At
It
the
went
time-
crazy. Like,
At the
right
time,
after we
Roger, what
started
did you
airing,
hear?
yeah.
Because
I just heard you got to be on set on tomorrow at 6 a.m. Here's your script. Get to work. You know what I mean? That's what I honestly. That's what I heard. That's all I knew.
really,
Here's your script. You better. Here's your call time. Show up
did you
tomorrow,
know?
get
Did
to
you know
work.
after Space that you were going to be done with the show, or how was
You
it
know,
pitched to you
the
for
way
Lost
I-
Galaxy?
Honestly, the way I live my life working on Power Rangers is thinking any moment, this can be gone, and I'm moving on to the next thing.
So,
Honestly, I
I'm
lived
pretty
it every
sure-
day. Like
in Lost Galaxy, they got both of you guys back.
I remember because Selwyn's my best friend at the
Sure.
time, and he went and got the fancy apartment with the the luxury place, and I went and got the little apartment because it's Power Rangers. Any moment I could be gone, so I lived it that way. Honestly, every day I was like, this could be over any minute, and I got to move on.
Patty had a pretty
But Selwyn went hardcore.
a pretty small,
Yeah.
pretty easy place.
With Lost Galaxy,
Selwyn went like,
you guys both came back with your whole cast. Did you guys already pre-sign
Everybody
that?
except for Nemo. They didn't bring Nemo
That's right.
back.
He didn't come back. Did you guys pre-sign that in your season, or was that asked way
they
after the
called
fact?
us after.
Really?
Yeah, because the ratings dropped, and they,
Is that what
Well-
happened?
yeah, the ratings dropped right after us. Yeah, when Lost Galaxy, the ratings weren't as hot, so they brought us to pick up the ratings again. That's why we shot like 2-3 episodes.
Yeah, it was
You
like,
know what? I
That's
can't
what it
remember.
was. That's what it was.
interesting.
That's
So
what
there's
the
also
ratings
errors in your episodes. The Putrepods had a seat at the main banquet despite not being main villains. Also, at the rate that lava was rising in Zordon's tube, he should have been drained of his powers within
Oh,
minutes.
shut up.
I know, it's minor.
It's
Andros'
a fucking kid show. Come
Andros'
on.
black glove vanished when his robe was taken off.
Shut up!
Alpha 6's voice chip was supposedly damaged beyond repair after the destruction. Power chamber, as stated by
Honestly,
Carlos
there's
and
probably
TJ.
1,000 other ones they didn't
Yeah.
catch. Seriously.
However, it appeared to be working just fine in the previous episode. The megaship was shown to have a shuttle fins protruding from. These are all minor things, by the way. Shuttle fins protruding from the front beyond arrival. When Andros let go of his spiral saber, it dropped down despite there being no
This is good.
down
It's
into
really
space.
good. If you think about it, these fans are specific.
Deca reported that the megaship was falling from 200 meters, but the ship was shown falling from a much higher place.
Wow.
Does that really matter?
The megaship was on planet before the Rangers left, but when the Astro Megazord, it was already in. You guys were already inside the Astro Megazord. There's a ton of these, obviously. Hey, people just depict this.
People nitpick.
Right,
A little bit too much.
Alpha said that he had set a course for Earth, but he merely muted Deca at that point. In previous episodes, Alpha and the noticeable physical damage in his body.
I think that
and
that
wires
was
sticking out of
something
his
that
arms.
they I remember something about that though, because when we just saw it on the thing, and Alpha would like hit the buttons, and then Deca couldn't talk anymore. It was because Deca kept talking, and then I remember there was a thing where it was like Alpha was like, I just set this back to, or I just set us on a thing to Earth. Also, I've shut off Deca's voice modulator or something like that. But they might have,
remember.
but they might have taken that out of the ADR. They might have cut
I remember that.
Yeah,
I remember that.
because like that's why everybody was laughing like, ha, because you just shut up the
We just shut up
AI
Deca,
machine.
yeah.
You just shut the machine up. It's funny and all that, and that's why everybody laughed. But when we just watched it, all Alpha said was, "Oh, I just set us to Earth," and everybody went, "Ah, it's funny." There's no reason to laugh at that because y'all wanted to go to Earth. Yeah, that's
Oh, wow.
the whole point.
Just got a message from.
So I think that they might have taken that out of like.
You're right.
they might have cut that out.
Jason David Frank did say he's watching us. He literally just texted me right now. He's watching us.
Yeah. So I got Jason watching me.
He did say he's watching us.
Yeah, baby.
I do like diving deep into kind of this stuff because I think that you guys, obviously, this is one of the seasons that's the most highly regarded in Power Ranger history.
It's the best one ever, Jason.
I'm gonna see.
That's according to Rod, sir. That's what Roger thinks. That's
Roger
totally
the red
Rod-
the red
Roger-
guy.
So he's watching, but I do feel that it is interesting because I feel like you guys came from different sides of the spectrum. Roger didn't know much of what was going on. He was going with what he had already done with Power Rangers Turbo. You came in as this new guy. Right. And you kind of got a lot more information than he did.
I was just a Green Ranger, bro.
Right.
Come on, just trying to do my job.
Right.
Brother, you were a Black Ranger, man.
After the fact when you jumped on board, but yeah, they kept all of us in the dark, including Salwin.
But the storylines were far more advanced in this series. Why is that?
Fuck, man. I don't know.
Because
why? I think I know why. Because they were getting ready to stop the show, so they stepped out of the box and they were
at that point in
they
time,
killed Zordon. They did all this crazy stuff. The ratings went up, and they decided to keep it.
This was 1998.
98.
90.
Yeah.
Did we start in 97? I thought we started in 98.
98. Yeah.
98 to I thought it was 98 to 99.
Space.
Star Wars Phantom Menace came out in like 2000, I think. 99. Was it 99? Yeah. Okay. I think that they already knew that they were going to go with Star Wars anyways, and it's like
for the season,
we don't have anything. Yeah, we don't have anything on what the new stuff is going to be. So fuck it, we'll just copy the original Star Wars as much as we can. And what's up? Pass along here. We kept that consistent. Jason Frank, I love you.
What do you say?
What do you say?
He's with me on the hair.
So this is a funny. I guess you.
We're here, baby.
I heard the same thing too, and this is from a different person. But I also heard that Johnny was told to grow out his hair because in case Jason left, that Johnny could take over the leader of the team. And
I would honestly believe that. I would totally believe that.
Yeah, no, I've heard that from multiple people that they wanted somebody with long hair to be the franchise Power Rangers, because that's what Power Rangers was known for, was Tommy, and they wanted Johnny and Bosch to be that. And obviously, you had to grow out your hair because your hair was not that long in Turbo. Then it ended up. Did they tell you to grow it out?
No, you know what? It just got easier with fights, honestly, because I started putting it on ponytails, and they would put it on ponytail, and I would fight. And it just got easier, and over time it just grew, and then the fans got used to it. Really? And they loved it. But yeah, it wasn't intentional, and they didn't tell me to do it. Organically it all happened. Yeah. And
There's
now
Jason
I know.
Frank.
What's Jay? Let's see what
Jay. He's talking about something that I said that's not true. Apparently.
Oh.
I don't know. I'm sure there's probably a lot of shit that I said that's not true. I'm
Yeah,
sorry,
yeah,
Jason.
You guys look at the.
What did he say?
Come on, man. What did I say that's not true? I don't even know. Oh, pass along here. We kept that consistent. Haha. Yeah. Well, we did keep that consistent, but the problem is that...
for your hair?
Yeah, well, he and I both had long hair, and I wore my hair in a ponytail quite a few times. And like you said, I mean, the best way to wear it is a freaking ponytail because, goddamn, it's gonna get everywhere.
And you didn't do that much. Or did you in your show?
I would wear it in a half ponytail thing, where you go around on the top and bring it down because that...
man bun. No, you didn't do the man bun.
I did the man bun outside of the show.
My hair was very long, so it was like a half ponytail thing, and it would go down.
Oh, kind of like samurai style.
Yeah, but then it also kept the stripes like nice and neat. That's one of the reasons why they like to do it. We did a lot of our own fighting, though.
We did.
We did a lot of our own fighting.
Yeah, we still do.
Yeah.
Well, let me ask you guys a question about.
Yeah.
Let me ask you guys a question about current Power Rangers right now.
Wait, is Power
Good
Rangers?
luck.
Power Rangers
me
on,
that question.
Is Power Rangers on TV?
It still comes on, my friends.
Morph is about to pop second season.
Second
right?
season, that's right.
Yeah.
So let me ask you guys a question. Both, I haven't spoken to you guys about either one of these. Hasbro now is controlling the franchise. What's your honest opinion on how that is playing out right now?
I think it's great. They're about to pump out some movies. Hopefully, we're in them. That's why I'm staying ready. That's all I gotta say.
Joe,
Right?
Enough.
JDF said they didn't tell Johnny to grow out his hair.
Oh, they
They
didn't
didn't?
tell Johnny Grouse hair.
Oh,
All
I don't know.
right, so that is
Okay.
false. I got some false information. They did not tell Johnny.
Straight
All
from
I-
the source.
all I
Straight
said-
from
JDF.
the source.
All
Straight
I
from
said
the
about that
source.
was, if they had said it, I would believe it.
I believe I did it. I did an interview with Johnny back in the day. Maybe he was on the wrong impression too, but they did not tell Johnny to grow out his hair. Just be like JDF.
Yeah, Hasbro and Power Rangers.
Yeah.
They need to do an animated series. That's what they should be doing. They should be doing an animated series. That way we can all come back as voice actors, and you could do literally anything that you want with an animated series. If you want a character to flip like 14 fucking times in the air, they could do it because it's a cartoon. It don't matter. So you could
You're
do that.
so smart.
Thank you.
I think they should pump out movies, man. We want
Well, in
movies.
2021.
We want real movies, not like the last one they did.
You didn't like the last one.
Well, it was good. I did like it, but I like the original storyline. I want them to go
Sure.
back from the beginning. Zeal, Mighty Morphin, all that, Turbo, and then just, take it from
go
there.
from
And I
mine.
think that's what the fans want to watch, honestly. That's what I think. They
Fun.
want the real, organic.
Another fun
true-
question: who would you guys want to team Power Rangers your season specifically? Franchise.
Ninja
up?
Turtles.
Jason,
You guys already
Jason,
did that.
Jason Frank wants to be Zordon. You can be Zordon, dude, but that means I kill you, homie.
Who do you think we could match up with? We should.
I actually think that would be a great idea to have Jason
Jason
Frank
Frank
as
is gonna be
Zordon.
Zordon, but I gotta kill him because that's what happens to Zordon.
I honestly do think Jason Frank as Zordon would make a lot of sense in the franchise,
It really would.
or him being just the mentor, which he did already in Dino
should.
Thunder. But
He should be like the Zordon or mentor guy.
Or he should maybe be like the Good Ranger that goes evil. Or
Well, he
villain
did that
type,
already.
yeah.
He's already done.
But
Well,
I
no,
mean-
he started as being the bad guy.
But
That was his thing,
They
was
should
he
go
was the
back
bad
and
guy.
do it from the beginning and do it original. Keep it original, like from the beginning.
now, I think that his character really established, honestly, that kind of loner-esque bad guy, like Wolverine, the Wolverine kind of like with the X-Men. I felt like that Green Ranger was originally like that character that became a part of that team.
I suppose so.
Then he ended up becoming the leader of that team, so it's a whole
Yeah.
other scenario. But I think that
Yeah, well, not if you look at comics in the 1990s, because goddamn it, Wolverine was fucking everywhere.
he was everywhere.
I mean, you couldn't pick up a Marvel comic without Wolverine being on the cover of it. Fantastic Four with Wolverine. What?
Right,
Why? Spider-Man with Wolverine. Why? No, he doesn't need him.
I agree.
Whatever.
So also with Power Rangers in space, you guys obviously, I mean, in regards to the fans, you guys had one of the best seasons ever. At the time you
The
were
best, right, Jason?
one of the best seasons ever.
The best.
At the time
Keep doing that.
At the
Keep
time
doing
you were making it, did you know what it was going to do for the franchise?
Oh, that.
My answer is short. Fuck no.
No.
I don't.
Of course not.
I don't think. I don't
I
think
had no
anybody,
idea.
No.
I had no idea that 22 years later we'd be here doing this interview.
No,
of course not.
I don't think anybody.
I didn't know it was
had
going
any
to turn out to
idea.
be what it was.
No, I don't think anybody was.
Honestly, I
sitting there
thought I'm
looking
going
at
to
it
shoot a
like,
show. I'm going to knock it out, and I'm going to move on to the next one.
Right,
That's
right,
what I
right,
thought.
right.
Honestly, I'm being honest. That's what I thought.
Now-
at
No,
the time.
I don't think anybody at the time.
Yeah,
Not
I'm
even
making-
me.
I'm
Not
getting-
even
I have a
me. And
job
I apparently had
for
all
now.
I was privy to all the inside information, but even me, I was like, no.
So wait, Chris,
We didn't know.
you came back for Forever Red.
Yeah.
How did that even come about? Who called you, who contacted you, and who pitched you the idea?
My best friend, who wrote it,
I mean,
Amit.
yeah.
Amit.
I've been texting with him just recently.
Amit Bomick, he wrote the episode, and he wrote the episode because he got the job through me and my ex Susie, who worked in the ADR department. He ended up getting a job working with Power Rangers, and Scott Pagepactor.
Yeah.
One of the most fun guys to be around. Scott. Scott is just fucking,
Great guy.
He's phenomenal. Amit got a job because Amit is literally overqualified to have any job anywhere. I mean, if he wanted to work for NASA, he could. If he wanted to work for the CIA, he could. He's brilliant, and he got the job. That's what he always wanted. And then he got in touch with me, and he was like, he let me know about it before I think he let anybody else know about it. He's like, yo, I'm writing a script for Power Rangers, and it's going to be just about Red Rangers. And I was like, oh, that's a thing. And he was like, yeah, and I'm going to make it so that you're the guy that brings everybody together. And I was like, oh, shit, that's cool. And he was like, yeah, but it's going to have like a lot of you. It's going to have like at least 10 of you Red Rangers. And I was like, wow, that's a pretty interesting idea, dude. All right. So that's what he did. So there it is.
Now, how much do you know about how difficult or how easy it was to get everybody back?
That I don't know. I have no idea. I do know that
Very difficult.
I can imagine.
Yeah.
Slavin wasn't on
Schedules.
set.
Yeah.
Slavin
Money.
wasn't on set.
He was never physically with you guys.
Yeah, he wasn't on set. He certainly did the. I know he did the voiceover stuff because his the Leo character was there with the helmet head and all that. So he was certainly there. The character was there, but I don't know. I don't think that he was ever actually on set. And then I know that they didn't bring back Steve because they were going to bring back Austin, and Austin and Steve would have been wearing the exact same red Tyrannosaurus suit. So they couldn't have two guys in the exact same suit because that would have looked very weird. So they didn't even try with that. But I don't know. I know they had a hard time with trying to get in touch with the Red Alien Ranger. I don't
think came
recall
back.
his name.
I feel like that was on
he
the
did-
ADR
He
call.
was there. He was there. Yeah, he was there like
Yeah.
in suit, but not
physically,
the actor.
right.
Yeah. Huh?
Nemo?
Justin Nemo's on the stream.
Nemo on the stream too.
What's
Oh yeah,
up,
there he
Nemo?
is. Hey Dick, why didn't you invite me there? Stop bullshitting. Why didn't you invite me there? Come on. Because fuck you, asshole.
Well, don't
Come
worry.
on out, man. Anytime you want to
When
come out.
Justin's episode comes up, we'll have everybody else on.
Good.
Do it.
Bring your ass, boy.
So this is interesting because the Forever Red thing, I don't think a lot of people know a lot about that information. There's some behind-the-scene footage. I believe JDF put it out. Behind-the-scene footage of all you guys kind of like behind the scenes.
Yeah. Yeah,
So
he
that-
did put some footage out there.
That must have seemed
Hey,
pretty
Roger, thanks for
Yeah.
inviting you. Miss you, punk.
Who is that?
Hey, Chris and the baby
That's
maker
Nemo.
for me.
Who's that?
Justin.
Justin Nemo.
That's Nemo.
I can't wait to get him here as well. But in terms of Power Rangers in space, what do you think the legacy is that show's going to leave for the franchise?
Oh boy.
That's a heavy question.
Yeah.
I hit the hard-hitting questions. That's what I do.
You're so good.
Well,
Jesus.
I'll tell you this. Our series in space. It started with ripping off Star Wars, the original, the real Star Wars, the real trilogy, and now Star Wars is at the worst point that it's ever been.
I agree.
It's true.
I
It's
agree.
So true.
It's complete garbage. I didn't even bother watching the last movie because
I
I saw
didn't
the one before it, The Last Jedi. Was that what it's called? I watched that and halfway through it I was like, I need to get up and leave because this is so fucking aggravating. I cannot take this shit. It's a sitcom. It's a fucking sitcom, and I was like, this
Isn't
is
Star
not.
Wars a comedy though, right?
Oh yeah, that's what Star Wars is.
I
It's
saw
a
the holiday
comedy,
special.
baby. Yeah, it's a comedy. I have no idea at all what the hell our series could possibly like, what effect it could have in the future, because our show was Star Wars, and Star
was.
Wars is dead, except for the Mandalorian
Damn.
and Baby Yoda. Baby Yoda.
Yeah, how dare you?
And my better
Mandalorian's pretty
half, she's
legit.
sitting right here behind me, and she is the world's biggest fan of Baby Yoda. She loves Baby Yoda, everything. Baby Yoda this, Baby Yoda that, and all that. He's a great little character. Mandalorian is the only thing that's actually keeping Star Wars alive right now. So I have no idea what the hell our series could ever add to Power Rangers anymore, because it's supposed to be Star Wars. If somehow Disney decided to go back to like a real Star Wars, like a movie series,
Sure.
Like back in the days.
yeah, like the original shit, then maybe we could, like, our series would have like some kind of an impression on Power Rangers again, you know.
Let me ask you guys a question.
I don't know.
Obviously, these Boom Studio comics are a big thing now. You guys were featured in the Psychopath book. Chris, specifically you were featured
Yeah.
in the Mighty Morphin book. where do you guys stand on either where your characters go in those books or even the direction of what your season goes in that book? Because Psychopath, it's a Power Rangers space book, essentially.
Yeah, except I'm not a fan.
You're not a fan.
I'm not a fan.
Roger?
I honestly, there's not enough of Carlos in them.
That's
for me to
completely
be a
fair.
fan.
Absolutely.
So Boom Studios.
I agree with that. I agree with that.
If there's more of Carlos in it, I'd be a fan and I'd watch it and I'd read it more.
I'm with that. Yeah.
I'm just not a fan because they brought out a character that had nothing to do with the Psycho Rangers to begin with. They just made it up on the spot, and there's no reason to do that. They just did it because they felt they had to, I guess. I don't know. And no, there's no need. The Psycho Rangers were great the way they were. Patrick is a very close friend of
He's a good
mine.
guy.
I just talked to him the other night.
From SpongeBob.
Yes, Patrick from SpongeBob. He is a very close friend of mine. I got in touch with
Do
him.
you know him? Fuck
Yes,
yeah.
I
can't
know.
Wait to meet him.
Does he lives under a
Fuck.
coconut, right?
lives under a
Yeah,
coconut.
yeah.
I'm being
man.
honest here.
I got in touch with him. Patrick David is a good friend of mine. I just talked to him the other night, and he and I both were the same feeling. It was like, wait, the Red Psycho Ranger is the leader of the Psycho Rangers. That's the way it is. That's what was on film. That is 100% what is canon. And then they want to change it, and I was just like, man, don't change it. Don't do that. I mean, if you want to do like a backstory to the Psycho Rangers, yeah, that's fine. But don't bring in more characters than that. Like, I don't know. It's just like it's too much. You know, don't do that. Ugh. I don't know. I gotta pee.
That was a good answer.
We'll get there in a second.
I gotta pee really bad, man.
We'll get there in a second.
Use the
I
diapers
gotta-
you were
I
handed.
No,
gotta-
go ahead. Me and Roger can handle
Yeah,
this.
y'all
Whatever
do
diaper
this
they handed
shit.
you, just pee in them.
So wait, Roger.
What's up?
Let's talk about the comics for a second. How do you feel? Obviously, there's not enough Carlos for you. Where would you want your space characters to go in the comics?
Well, I would want them to go into space and do what we're supposed to do, and not get away too much from the story. Mainly.
This is JDF. Hold on. He says he's watching. He's liking what he's saying. Yeah. So you
Is
want
that a text?
Yeah.
Nice.
You want them to go into space.
Yeah, stick to the story, not get out of the storyline so much. Yeah, and keep the characters true.
Forever
To who
Black.
they are.
If Forever Black happened,
They should do it. It should happen.
I
it needs
agree.
to happen.
I agree. I think
the fans would eat it up.
I think there's a few things that should happen.
And some of the Black Rangers are badasses.
They are. Can you name some other Black Rangers?
Well, Johnny Bosch, Roger Velasco, there's Mr. Walter Jones,
yeah.
badass. There's several.
Jason David Frank
Jason, he was black. That's right.
was
Jason,
black,
there's
that's right.
so many badass Black Rangers
and Green Rangers.
and
Trevor
Green Rangers.
There's
That's
a lot
right.
of
They're
Green-
very few too.
That's right. So, with what do you think your character would be if they were to write Boom Studios comics for Carlos? Where would Carlos be right now?
Shoot, I don't know. If they stuck to the story, we're still gonna have to be out there.
You would still be out in space.
Yeah, we'd still be in space fighting evil. And, I mean, I like the whole idea about staying in space mainly. Yeah, space is cool.
Interesting. I mean, that's fascinating because
Cool.
Carlos
Who doesn't want to be in space.
He doesn't get that. Yeah, it's true.
Yeah.
He doesn't get that nice life to just kick back and relax, right? He's
And
in
we were
space
the
all time.
only few ones that were out in space. Most of the Rangers were like Earth Rangers.
That's
so,
true.
Yeah.
I know Lost Galaxy was also in space. By the way, let's talk about that for a second. Lost Galaxy, you guys came back for that. When you guys met the new cast, what was your initial reaction?
They were chill. They were so
Were they
cool.
really?
Yeah, there's a Reggie. I vibe with Reggie and a lot of them. Was it Ciara? No, wait.
Serena.
Serena, that's right. They were super chill.
I think it was Valerie.
Valerie, they were all super
Melanie
cool.
came
Yeah,
back.
Melanie came back.
Yeah.
That's right. They were all really cool. It was awesome
Archie.
to come back. Archie's awesome.
Yeah.
He's a good guy.
Danny.
Danny was
Red?
Red. Was he a stunt guy before?
I have no idea.
Yeah, no.
Your
Yeah.
guess is as good as mine.
Yeah, but they was
He's good buddies
that
with
that was
Danny.
a good crew. I like that crew a lot.
Danny Slavin.
What about Slayton?
Was he stunt before or not?
Was he a stunt guy?
No. Danny or not? No?
Danny Slavin, he was not a stuntman before.
Okay.
No.
Yeah, that was a good crew though.
No, Danny wasn't a stuntman before, but I believe Mike. On Lightspeed Rescue, Mike Chat, he was a stuntman.
He still is. He's training Rangers
But
now.
but he was a stuntman before the show.
4 Power Rangers.
He might have been 4 Power Rangers.
So
Southworth too.
Southworth, yeah.
Software 2.
Let's
He was
talk
one of
about
the
one other thing real quick. You obviously gave us a great insight, or at least Roger gave us a great insight as to you guys almost scrapped on the first episode, our first initial
I didn't
meeting.
even know about, but I mean, I didn't remember. But
I want to dive
hey,
in.
man, I believe you, bro.
I want to
never
dive in
forget
a little
that
more
day.
to some more of the behind the scenes stuff. Talk to me about from the episode we saw, or 2 episodes we saw. Chat me up about some of the behind the scenes stuff that a lot of fans, or even me, don't know about. Is there anything in
Chris?
there?
Like what?
I mean, for me, it was a very lonely existence. I wasn't. In the beginning, I wasn't even allowed to hang out with the stuntmen. I mean, with the other actors, I was only like hanging out with the stuntmen. So, that didn't work. Damn it.
Khayman Lee.
You son of a bitch.
Yeah, that's a good one. Put that one behind that too.
There we go. That'll work too. No, I wasn't even allowed to hang out with the actors.
You
I
weren't?
was I wasn't allowed to hang out with them in the beginning. In the beginning, it was like, no, you don't have anything to do with them, and they just, you do you, and they do that.
Gowan had a different girl every day on set.
Did he really?
That is.
Blake Foster would destroy his room all the time.
But he was a kid,
Blake
though,
was
right?
Blake was 12,
Destroy
but
his room.
Blake was a lot of fun. Blake was great.
Wait, but you only shot with Blake probably once, though, right?
He was still a lot of fun.
I know. Listen, I
he was
know
a good
Blake
kid.
now.
He was a
Grab
good
me some of
kid.
that tequila, buddy.
He was a good kid. He still is. A
I
good
like
kid.
Blake a lot. Blake's a good guy.
Blake is a good guy. He's a good guy. He's a lot of fun.
Actually, I will say this about you guys. There's not a ton of Power Rangers that I've met that have been complete assholes.
Really?
There's one.
Really? I mean,
I'm not going to say, but there's
me,
one.
right? Me.
No, it's not you. It's not you.
It's not me.
There's
Tell
one.
us the
Hasbro.
color. Give us the color.
I'll
at
tell you
least.
when we
Give
go
us the
off
color.
there. I'll tell you when we go off
Give us
there.
the color.
I'll give you the color. Blue. I'm not going to let you guess. It's blue.
Oh, I know.
I know who you're talking
I know who it is.
Fuck, Really?
Yeah,
You
no,
tell
no,
us.
Tell me in
us.
my ear.
I want to know.
I'm going to see if you know.
It's that asshole Copon.
That's
I'm
not
joking.
him for sure.
I love Michael Copon. I'm
Oh,
joking.
coupon.
It's Cope. It's
Listen, I think
I heard you
most...
call him coupon.
Coupon.
no. Nemo does. Nemo calls him
Most of
Coupon.
you guys
I'm
that I've
just like, yeah,
interacted
whatever,
with have been
whatever.
phenomenal people. Like, straight up super cool people. Obviously,
Yeah,
we're
we
doing this
Because we're
now.
regular people. That's
Yeah.
We actually are.
No, for real, you guys really are. And like, I've done stuff with you guys individually, and it's really about... You guys really care a lot about the fandom, which I think is really cool.
Yeah.
By the way, I should say, if you guys are in your local market and you have conventions your way, whatever state, city you may be in, tell your
Or
local
country.
tell your local market that you want to see the Power Rangers in space, specifically the Power Rangers in space, because you guys want to meet these people. You guys definitely want to meet these people if you're Power Ranger fans, because they have such great insight into the universe. But also, they're just great people to meet, and obviously, it's one of the best seasons there is. So, in your local market, definitely ask for Power Rangers in space. It doesn't matter what city or state you're in. There's obviously a convention that's going to run through it. Request the Power Rangers in space there.
Yes, no matter where it is, I guarantee you, Nemo and I will get you drunk.
And maybe Roger.
Roger's gonna be in there.
Yes.
But Roger, you're never known to be a big drinker, though, right?
No, not a big drinker.
Yeah,
On,
that's you.
on
buddy.
camera. Off camera,
Why'd you
maybe.
pour this even? Off camera, yeah.
I hate tequila, but
Let's do a fun game real quick.
do it. Yes.
Do it.
And then we take shots while we're doing it.
We'll do it every shot, yeah,
answer
so-
we get wrong
I'm
or
down.
some shit.
Let's do a fun game. So, if you were to team up with one individual Power Ranger from any season, not your season, who is that one Power Ranger?
A Power Ranger,
It's
not
not
from
your
our
season from any season. Who is that one Power Ranger?
Ooh, that's a good one. Oh, no, I got it. Brennan's character.
Brennan Mejia. All right.
Yeah,
I love
Brennan's
Brennan.
character. Yeah, me and Brennan and I.
Tyler
are-
Navarro from Power Rangers.
He and
Dino
I
Charge, yeah.
are like totally down to clown with each other. We love each
I love
other.
that dude.
He's such a sweet guy.
Yeah, not Mike. Not Mike. Mike Jin.
I'm online with Mike constantly. What the fuck else do I need to do with him? Jesus Christ. No, but Brennan and I, we have our own story of what's happened with our characters after Power Rangers, and it ties in directly between the two of us. My character has become
Don't say it, because we have Power Rangers Cosmic Protectors, which is happening, and that's the same character that you're talking about.
Okay, well then.
I
never
don't
mind.
want you to spoil it
can't
because that's
spoil it.
literally.
But I will say that like me and Brennan, we've met at so many conventions, and we worked out our own story together. And
Oh, we can integrate it then. Good.
yeah, so
That's what I do here. I'm a fucking carnival promoter. I feel like sometimes.
Yes, you are.
Yeah, I am.
I was gonna say you're an integrator, but
I'm the
also
Vince
say you're
McMahon
an
of Power Rangers.
instigator. You're an
Roger,
instigator.
if you had to team up with any one Power Ranger from any season, but no season you teamed up with previously, who is that Ranger?
Sierra, the Yellow Ranger.
Yeah.
Wait, hold on. What kind of team up?
Well,
Oh wait, my bad.
I'm not gonna.
Sorry.
I am with you on
Sorry,
that.
guys.
I am with you on that. Ciara Hanna, I would
Oh,
also
that
team
kind
up.
of team up. Okay,
Either
hold
kind
on,
of team
don't
up, I am
know.
with. I am
Maybe my own-
with that
Maybe my boy
100%.
Selwyn, if it's the other kind of team up.
Nah, see that's actually a good answer. That's a great answer. You guys obviously have done Power Rangers in space. If there was another season you could have partaken in, not your season, what would that season have been?
He was already in Turbo too.
Well, Turbo doesn't count 'cause he was in
for
that.
me, like either Mighty Morphin or Zeo.
Really?
Yeah, for sure.
Zeo's great. I think Zeo's
Zeo
one of the
or
best.
Mighty Morphin.
Chris?
I like those guys. They're
Yeah,
awesome
think
teams.
about that.
Yeah.
You know what? Because I am actually, you know what? I'm just gonna go back to what I was just saying. It would be Brennan and Yoshi's season.
Dino Charge.
Dino Charge.
Yeah.
And the reason why is because I would just love to fuck with Brennan and Yoshi because I love them two so much.
Fuck
And,
with them or
like this.
Honestly, Brennan.
you gotta be specific, bro.
Yeah, you do. You do. The camera's there. Brennan is one of the most down-to-earth, cool dudes that I've ever met in my
Brennan
life.
has.
I love Yoshi,
He's
by
got
the
a
way,
heart
too.
of the gold. Yeah, he's got a heart of gold. So does Yoshi. They're both like.
They're
the
both
sweetest
really good
in the
guys.
world.
Chris, you came back for Power Rangers Hyperforce.
Yeah.
Did you know what the story was going in? Or,
No.
I know
I
this,
had
and I
no
know
idea.
you well enough to know. I know what Chris would have wanted to do, but talk to me.
Actually, I did what I wanted to do on that when I did it, because I went when we did that when we filmed that. I went there with DJ and I went with Danny and both my little brothers, and they both were telling me they're like. And Danny Castellanos, not Danny.
Yeah.
Danny Slava. But DJ Rivers and Danny Castellanos, and they were both like, "Yo, okay, first off, you can't cuss." And I was like, "Fuck, really?" And they're like, "Yeah, you can't do that." And I was like, "All right." And then they're
He's
like,
not fuck, really?
Chris not cussing, that's
"Yeah,
like
I know,
What do
right?"
you want here?
But they were like, "No, you just gotta like." Like they both kind of gave me a pep talk, and they were like, do your character the way that you would want your character to have been done. And I was like, so if I, and then I ran down and explained to them, I was like, okay, my character was not supposed to like the other Power Rangers on my season. And the reason why is because the other Rangers that was on his team before are all dead. Everybody's dead.
I agree.
So in his mind, he should be mentally a bit unhinged. And he doesn't want to have nothing to do with anybody. So, what about that? And they're like, yo, you're ready. Just do it, man. Just fucking go film it. And I was like, yeah, all right, cool. So, yeah, they gave me, like, the little pep talk before. And that was the first time, that was the first time I met Karen. That was the first time that I met Mike Jin. And, let's see, Paulie. So, yeah, Karen was there. Mike Jin was right next to me. Then it was me. And then there was Paulie. And I think Andre, Black Nerd.
Andre
And
Meadows.
then
Yeah.
I can't remember how everybody else was set
Megan
up.
and Peter.
Peter was there somewhere. I don't remember where he was in the lineup, but yeah, Peter was there. Peter is so funny because like the first two times that I met Peter, I totally forgot who he was.
Did you?
I had no idea. Who
I
he
love
was.
Peter.
And he came up to me, and like by the third time, I was like, I'm gonna fuck with Peter on this one. And he came up to me and was like, "Hey, what's up, man?" And I was like, "Hey, yeah." And he's like, "Are you fucking serious?" And I was like, "No, dude, Peter, come here, man."
That's fucked up.
Because I totally forgot who he was the first two times. But no, Peter's a sweetheart. I love
Peter is. Peter's one of the most down-to-earth dudes you will meet.
He's a sweetheart. I love Peter.
Peter and Yoshi
He's a great guy.
they both
of
were raised
them.
right. Yeah.
Peter
both
and Yoshi, those are both
really good dudes.
really good guys.
If you had to. So obviously, what was your? So you chose Dino Charge. You chose Zero Mighty Morphin.
I picked Dino Charge. Yeah.
That's a good choice. Where do you think Power Rangers, in terms of like, there's a lot of rumors that are floating around right now where the franchise is headed. Do you think?
Like
we
what?
talked
Tell
about
us.
this.
I want to know. I never
He,
heard of it.
he gave me a little
I wanna
breakdown
know.
earlier before.
Do you think this? Do you think Beast Morphers could be the last season of Power Rangers?
You want my honest truth?
Yeah, what's your honest truth
I think
opinion?
it should be the last season.
Yeah, that's a fair opinion.
Seriously.
Why is that?
I don't know. I think they got away from really what Power Rangers is. Yeah, you know what I mean? What it stands for. But yeah, I don't think it should. I think we should go back to what do you think?
I think anything is possible, and when
I think it's diluted.
when they did
right?
they
Don't you
did,
think it's been diluted?
well, when they did our
disagree.
season, when they did
it could be
Rangers
a
in
matter of
Space?
opinion too.
I don't
when
disagree
they
with you though.
when
Roger.
they
Some
did
people
Rangers in Space, they were
love it.
like, this is gonna be the last season of Power Rangers,
That's
blah
right.
blah blah. We turned that shit around. All it takes is the right cast and the right
True,
script.
very true.
Boom, you can get gold again. You
Well,
can get
let's
gold
not
again.
make it so controversial because I don't want to. Look, if I ask this one question,
I don't
it's
know
gonna
if
spiral out of control. Let me ask this question: do you think currently this is the right cast and the right story to be telling for Power Rangers, or do you think?
I can't answer that. Have you watched it? Really watched it? Pay attention to it?
I have not. No,
If not, fair enough. Fair enough.
I haven't watched Power Rangers in a long time, man.
Where do you want to see the? Where do you want to see the franchise go?
Cartoons, animation.
All right.
It should go to animation. It should be. We should be doing voiceover work for
I want
Power
them to
Rangers.
movies.
Yeah, but you could do a cartoon movie.
I'm down with animation though.
I'm down with that too.
cartoon
Yeah.
Down, so down. And it's a big market for it.
Absolutely. When
Huge.
when do we get your guys' Lightning Collection action figure?
Fuck should I?
Wait,
know.
let me
When do
ask
we-
you guys.
I don't know. When do we get it?
Let me ask you
I
guys.
want it too.
Wait, let me get Hasbro on my watch fund here. right
Let
now.
me ask you
Hey,
guys.
when are we gonna get on that
Ha-
shit
has
right
there
now?
been
Hasbro,
no
come
discussion
in right
whatsoever
now.
about?
Okay, 45 minutes.
Well, so
You
look,
got it.
Slavin has his own figure. He does.
Joe, same question for you. Where do you see it going?
Your action figures?
Same question. No. Back up the question.
Power Rangers?
Power Rangers.
I think after Beast Morphers, personally, I think it gets canceled
Okay, why?
because I feel that you want the
I
inside
want
baseball.
the
Of this,
inside base.
I think that Power Rangers. We already know this in terms of like business, but this is the lowest toy sales in the last 10 years.
Really? I
Yes.
didn't know that.
It also is the lowest ratings ever.
I had no idea.
So why would a company that spent $4 billion on Peppa Pig, PJ Masks, and Death Row Records spend more money to produce a show
that is not going anywhere.
that's not doing what they wanted to do?
Because they could do what they.
So what do you think
with
they
it.
should do?
They could do with it?
Two
They
things.
Could make it. And,
Number
they
one thing
could
is
make it a
I think
cartoon.
the biggest problem Power Ranger has, it's hard to find if you don't watch it live, because right after it airs, you can't find it streaming. If you DVR it, you're fine, but most people consume media in a way where it's usually through Netflix, Hulu, whatever it may be.
Nowadays, yeah.
They consume it in a different way. The way that Power Ranger schedule works in the United States, it airs during when kids are in school, early morning school. If I were Power
What
Rangers,
time?
now if you're in the West Coast, is it 6:30 in the morning, 8:30 in the morning?
Are you
It's
fucking kidding me?
It's extremely early in the
That's a
morning.
big
Yeah, yeah.
problem.
Are you
Huge
kidding
problem.
me?
Kidding me?
Jesus,
Just
that's
the point.
stupidest thing.
Well,
That's
let me just point out one
terrible.
thing.
They're burying it.
You
on
guys
their
were
own.
both Power Rangers and don't even know when the show airs. That's a bigger problem.
Wow.
But let me just say
That
that
is some dumb
it is.
shit.
But
Damn.
regardless,
If I'm watching Power Rangers now, that's a problem.
exactly. So I personally
Seriously.
think the show should be airing if it is on Nickelodeon.
It should be on.
airing in the summer. Kids are off of school. Air it in the summer afternoons,
It was
right?
successful when it aired at 2, 3 p.m.
That's
after
right.
school.
That's right.
Kids ran
Yep.
home to watch it.
But the way
on
we
at
consume-
like 3:30 or
Fan
4
tells
in
me
the
that. I
afternoon.
Right.
ran home to watch
right.
you on
Yeah,
TV.
3:30
where
or
it should-
4 p.m. Boom.
The way
Then
that we
the kids will
consume
be able
media
to
now is
see it.
different. I personally,
6 a.m.
I personally think it
No
should.
wonder it's doing so bad.
Right. I think it should
No
be. I
idea.
think it should be released on Netflix, all in one go.
Right.
Kids can consume it better. That's my own personal opinion. I think also, which I mentioned, I said that the show was down. Toy sales are also down last 10 years. I think that Hasbro has a lot of making up to do. Personally, I think
They're not as invested as
they're
Saban.
not.
That's
You're
what
right.
it is.
That's exactly
They're
right.
not as
They're,
invested.
you're right. Their tentpole franchises with toys are Marvel, Nerf,
That's their
Star
big-
Wars,
Mhm.
and G.I. Joe and Transformers. So you have to look. The Power Rangers is a
So-
sidetrack of that.
So you just integrate Power Rangers into the rest of it.
Well, what I think
They
what
have
they
to go
did
to
with the
this
Lightning Collection is the
Prime
right
time
move.
first.
But I think getting the exposure, look, it's the right move in terms of like getting the older fans on board with the toys. But getting the newer fans is a different hook. You familiar with Doctor Who?
Dude,
Okay.
the 10th Doctor is
Who?
Right.
shit.
Doctor Who, you're not familiar?
Kidding.
All right, so Doctor Who, I feel like
Tenet is the shit.
Tenet is the shit. I think that Power Rangers should be the modern day Doctor Who in America. Doctor Who changes cast every so often, but you get connected to a doctor well enough. That's your season. Power Rangers, even if you look around this room, Power Rangers is different like that because depending on when you grew up, that is your season of Power Rangers. Most people are going to say Mighty Morphin because it's an older audience. However, there's been times I've ran into people like Dino Thunder's my season, whatever. SPD Space,
whatever,
right?
Space,
Like
the
those are
letters.
those key
RPM.
Those are those
RPM.
key
Light
points,
speed,
right?
yeah.
You don't need the cast changes all the time. Let's be honest. In Japan, they do roughly about 45 to 50 episodes a season.
Which is what we did. We did
Sure.
40, 43,
Sure, but
44.
breaking it up,
Yeah, we did 43, 44.
Almost 550.
right?
Turbo was 25.
Breaking it up into 2 seasons, I think really hurts the franchise. I think that Power Rangers needs to get back to the roots and also needs to figure out just because you're a kid show, like Pixar's kids movies, but it doesn't need to dumb it down for adults either. Just because you're an adult doesn't mean you shouldn't understand it.
Right.
And I think that that's the problem with Power Rangers. I think that's why the comics sell so well, is because those are marketed towards people that are around our age that loved Power Rangers. That's why the comics sell so well. With that being said, the show should do the same thing. Not market it just towards kids, because let's be honest, $20 a pop for these Lightning Collection action figures for a 5-year-old kid is a lot of money, right? That's
For a parent.
For a parent, it's a lot
a lot
of
of
money.
money.
So you have to understand the collector's market isn't guided towards that.
But for a 40-year-old fan, it's not.
Right, that's my point exactly. So Star Wars is a great example of this. Gear your fandom to a younger audience, but bring in the older audience as well. That's the way you do it.
That's
I
why
think that's the
out
way
of
you do it.
out of the last 3 movies that they did, the Force Awakens was the best.
Right.
Because basically what they said was, all right, we got to do what we did with the original Star Wars. Let's just do that again. But we'll change a little bit here and there. God knows why the
I
fuck
had
they
a
killed
pitch.
Han, but
I had a pitch for Q
Whatever.
Ranger. Q Ranger, are you guys familiar with the Sentai? No.
Q Ranger?
Q Ranger is the one. It ended up having like 12 Rangers. It ended up having.
Oh,
like,
yeah. I know. That's the one that has the dragon.
Yeah, we're
Yeah.
using this as our own
Yeah.
cosmic protectors. But honestly, I pitched this to wanting to
That
be.
one is ridiculous.
But-
One of them's a bull.
Sure, it doesn't matter. But the
Yeah.
fact of the matter
There's
is
a bull,
it is,
and one's
it
a
is.
dragon, and
is.
then there's like 19 other fucking colors.
But the thing is,
there's like 3 blues.
if you would have converted that and called it Power Rangers All Star, and had different Ranger for every one of the colors, and being the All Star team,
Sure.
changes the game. Because that's a different generational thing.
No, fair enough.
People
Yeah, fair enough,
attract
fair
to, right?
enough, fair enough. Yeah.
So I think that now, in terms of the franchise, they need to be looking forward. Not only do they need to be looking forward to new fans, they gotta respect the old fans. Your season is 21 years old, I believe, at this point.
22.
22 years old.
We just hit 22.
22 years old at this point, but recognized
Yeah.
historically as one of the best seasons ever. They're not capitalizing
Jason?
on that. Think about. I want you guys to think about one thing. Honestly, think about one
I'm
thing.
gonna keep doing that.
Think about one thing. There's not been a space besides Psycho Ranger. There's not been a Space Ranger yet.
Nope.
For being the one of the most popular seasons, your figures aren't there. Fuck's Hasbro doing, guys?
Exactly.
not
Joe
doing
for
it.
president.
I will run Power Rangers into the ground. Now I will run Power Rangers. I will run honestly, the franchise. I feel like the franchise is sitting back and relying too much on Mighty Morph. Even JDF, I feel like his other Rangers outside of the White Ranger and Green Ranger, honestly, his Zeo Ranger, I think is one of the best leaders in Power Rangers. When he came back as the Black
When he was
Ranger.
when he was the red one.
When it's the Red Ranger, I think that was that was a key moment for that show. I think that him as the Black Ranger was a phenomenal. It was amazing. Him just coming back in general for the Disney era was amazing. But I think that when we get into this zone of different Power Ranger seasons and being the spotlight focused on them, man, sky's the limits, guys.
There's a limit.
Sky's the limits.
feel you.
But I know we're going long, and I know that these are good answers. But I want to thank everybody for joining us. Guys, thank you so much. Let's
So
cheers to this.
fun. Anytime. Honestly.
We got to do this for another episode, right?
Yes, we do.
We do. You
Seriously.
said
And
name
get
the
Justin
time.
out here.
How do we
Justin.
cheers?
How do we cheers?
You, I know you're. God damn it, Chris.
You don't
It's
know
gotta
that?
be related
I
to
do
Power
know it.
Rangers.
No, it's not Power Rangers. It's in some form or another. I'm close though.
Shut up. Here we go. May you live forever in
In one form or another. Yeah, I got that one.
Don't say shut up. It's called be quiet.
I didn't finish it. Thanks, guys, for joining us. Oh no, Roger, what's your social media?
You can find me at official Roger Velasco on Instagram, official Roger Velasco on Facebook. Check us out.
Chris?
My Instagram is Christopher Khayman Lee. My Twitch channel is just Chris Khayman Lee. And
What about your
my-
gaming channel?
That's
the
Twitch.
Twitch channel.
That's my Twitch channel. Yeah, and then my.
I don't know. I don't
Man,
game.
you
I don't
really do
fucking
have a
game.
17-year-old
I don't
daughter,
fucking
don't you?
game.
Don't worry about it, homie. All right, I got you. And then Facebook is CKL335 official.
And we want to do more of these
Oh,
power. Go ahead.
Also, my own website, westcoastcomics.net.
Yeah, my socials 55547. Just kidding.
We want to do more of these events for Power
We
Ranger
will.
fans. We will do
We
more
will.
of these events for Power Ranger fans, very specifically, and we're gonna change it up all the time.
Go to that place there.
Right here at the Illuminati. What? Blowing. We're
Let's
gonna.
go.
Yeah, let's go to the 605 and no, we're not gonna blow
Irwindale.
up let's go to Irwindale and blow shit up.
Drop your
But-
bombs, guys.
Yes, but I will honestly say we want to do Power Ranger events very specifically for you fans because honestly, these conventions right now are focused on other things. Personally, if you're a Power Ranger fan, let's get these guys to you for Power Ranger events, and that's what we want to do here at the Illuminati. We're going to do this more often, have more fun, and we want you guys here live to see what they have. I know that Roger has an exclusive coin that you can get from Roger, but you got to see him at a convention to get that coin.
It's got to be at the convention.
Exactly right. You got to be at that convention to get that
And
exclusive
then we
coin.
can sign it for you, too.
That's right. And then, Chris, you got one coming up very
He's
soon.
signing his underwear.
That's
I'm
right.
signing my underwear.
And
Yes.
his hotel room key. Just kidding.
It is. It is also red.
His jock strap.
It actually is red. Holy shit. it really is.
It is red.
It really is.
So I will be signing that for everybody with the musk intact.
Red Ranger Musk is going to be a new set.
Yes.
But no, if you his coin is coming out very, very
I do
soon.
have a coin to him.
Check that out. He also has a comic book out. You guys got to check out all their merch, but you got to see them live in person.
That's the best part.
It's the best part.
That's the
So
best part.
if you guys have a convention coming up, request the Power Rangers in Space for your convention. They will be there, and they will be doing great panels, and it's a great interaction. These guys are great. You guys obviously have seen this now. But
And
thank
make
you.
sure you come to the comic bug.
That's right. Come back to
Yeah.
Manhattan Beach. We're going to
Yeah,
be doing
Manhattan
more
Beach.
Power Ranger events for you guys if you're in Southern California and live here in Manhattan Beach. Thank you guys so much for joining us. I am Joe. At the Illuminati. You can follow me at Joe Illuminati. This is our great group behind us, part of the Illuminati.
Say hi,
Thank you guys so
guys.
much.
Yay.
Look at that. Thank you guys so much. But we appreciate you joining us, and next time we're going to be back with more. And I know that March 1st, we have a voice actor that was in Power Rangers. He played Elgar. He is going to be here March 1st.
No way, Algar.
Yeah.
I love Algar.
He's going to be here
That's
March 1st,
cool.
and his whole thing is going to be how to break into voice acting. So if you're in the Southern California area, come and join us for that. That'll be March 1st. Thank you guys so much for
I'll
joining
be
us.
here for that.
Yeah, break into voice acting, Chris. Thank you guys so much for joining us, and we are out. Thank you.